Hello friends, Heidi here from Rain Country. God is good all the time. And today I wanted to talk about the purpose of my this and that videos, because I get a lot of new people that come in, and even though I try at the beginning of every this and that video to explain very briefly and as quickly as I can, there's still always those people that get a little annoyed and frustrated because I'm not giving them full recipes, and maybe it's just not exactly what they thought the video was supposed to be about. So then they want to come in and tell me what it should be about, and it's really, they simply have misunderstood. And so I thought it'd be a good idea to do a video where I just explain the purpose and how they even got started. So really, when I first started my channel back in 2016, late summer 2016, I was actually doing 7 videos a week, just pumping them out every single day, putting out a new video. And there was one day where I just thought, man, I don't really know what to do a video of, but I got a lot of stuff going on. So I thought, well, why not just do basically a vlog talking about the various things that are going on. And it actually went over really well. And that style of video began to be something that I did on pretty much a weekly basis. A lot of times now it can go from weekly to being every 2 weeks, sometimes every 3 weeks. It just depends on how many other things I have going on. But I can easily do one of these every week. It's just that sometimes I have a lot of other videos that are more specific that I'm trying to get out. So if you're new and you just don't understand, this and that videos aren't supposed to be about any one specific thing. Mostly they're just a weekly vlog, but their main purpose is to show people some updates on experiments that I'm trying, because I might try an experiment that can take 1 or 2 months for it to, if I'm infusing something or I'm making a wine or a mead, it can take a while before I can get to an update. So I like to do experiments and then show people what I'm doing and then give them an update down the road. And these are often done in this and that videos. That's one of the purposes. The other thing is some of the various things I have going on are actually most of the various things that I'm doing, I already have videos out on. And when you have about 1,200 videos out, and I know new people coming in won't know where to find these, the other reason I do these videos is so that I can direct people back to the how-to videos. So I might have a this and that video where I'm talking about, so I've got some leftover chicken and I'm gonna make this with it. And people came in there and expected to see a recipe video. Well, the reason they didn't see it in that this and that video is because I brought it up to direct them back to the video where I actually have the full recipe that they can follow. And so what happens is, because I'm touching on a bunch of different things, like I will still do today, then what I do is in the description box below the video, I will put the video links to all the various things I talk about. And even if I forget to say I will link it down below, a lot of times I'll still try to remember to find a certain video to link to in the description box for people who want more detailed information about the topic I'm speaking of. But also, my this and that videos are those times to kind of show off some of the goodies that people share with me, some of the just fun, interesting things that are going on in my life. It could be anything like the birth of a new grandson or whatever, and it's just a little bit of everything. They're kind of a hodgepodge. So people shouldn't come into a this and that video and expect a specific instruction on one thing when it's really what I sometimes call a potpourri style video. And again, I do try to link to any video I already have out that is more specific on the instructions. And so this is the main reason I like doing this, because even people who've been following me since I started forget sometimes that I have those videos out. And when I remind them that it's there, they think, oh yeah, I wanted to learn how to do that. Or they want to be reminded on how to do it. So again, that's one of the main reasons why I do these type of videos, is to gear people in the right direction, be they old subscribers, new subscribers, or people that just kind of fell in here from wherever and they're not subscribed at all. And yes, I have a great many one topic videos, but even within my one topic videos, I do try to throw out a lot of helpful information that has to do with that topic. I might rabbit trail a bit, but I try to leave in the things I believe are important for you to know. So if this style of video, this and that, that's what they're all called, a this and that video. If this style of video is not for you, then move on to the videos that are, or at least use it as a chance to go, okay, wow, that's interesting, I'd like to learn about that, and then go to the videos I will link to in the description box down below. So if you're not sure how to open that description box, I'll put a couple images here and explain it, as I've done in so many videos, because I realize a lot of people are still coming in new to YouTube in general and don't know how this works. So really, if you look right down here, you'll see my channel name, Rain Country. Look even a little bit farther than that, and you'll see the words "Show More" in all caps. That's if you're on a computer, a PC. And you'll click on that "Show More," and you'll see that description box just open right up, and you'll see all the links and contact information we put down below. Now, if you are on a smart device, an iPhone, an iPad, a Samsung Galaxy, whatever it is, then you go over here to this side, and you will see down below the video screen, you'll see a little gray triangle that's pointed downward. When you click on that, again, that will open up the description box so you can see all the links and information that we put in there. Now, I hope that helps people understand. I make various different styles of videos to suit the different types of people coming in here. Unfortunately, you get those handful of people that think I should tailor every video to them, and they seem to forget there's 86,000 other people, and not all those people want me to do things the way this person over here wants me to do it. So both Patrick and I try to keep our channel pretty eclectic. Most of it, of course, is focused on self-sufficiency, how to make things for yourself, how to do things for yourself, how to fix things for yourself, and also about prepping and putting up food and various things for long-term storage. Those are the main focuses of our channel, and gardening, of course. But we do like to vary outside of that now and then to topics that we find that are important. And so each thing that we do is going to appeal to different people, and we don't expect that every video we do is going to be for everyone. We're smart enough to know that. So people that come into our channel should also realize that we're not going to tailor every single video just to that one person, but we're trying to reach everybody, be they new to prepping or old, be they new to our channel or been here forever, be they someone that's interested in sewing only, or only in how to crochet, or only in how to garden, or only in the stuff that Pat does out in his shop. Some people only watch his videos, some people only watch mine. That's who we are. We do all these different things, and so we're hoping that all the different things that we do will reach a lot of different people, and we don't expect them all to like all of our videos. That would be silly. So now, since this is actually a this and that video, let me talk about just a few of the things that I've got going on. So yesterday I was out in the garden, the front garden, because I wanted to get it ready to let the chickens be able to run loose in that whole area, because things are pretty much done. And so I was pulling up the amaranth so I could let the flowers dry so I could get some more amaranth seed up on the store, because as it is right now I only have a few packages from last year left. I never did a video on the seeds themselves, but I did do a video on the leaves, the amaranth leaves, and the benefits, and it's probably about 3 years old, and I will link to that in the description box down below if you're curious. Yes, you can eat those leaves. They're really great in salads and dehydrated and added to your mixed greens blend and so on. And then the other thing I had to do, I still got to finish doing, I got to find them all, is to finish digging up all my potatoes. Mostly right now, I just kind of, now that the chickens are out there, I'm letting them loosen up the rest of the ground, because I'm pretty sure I still didn't get all the potatoes out. But I decided to just kind of pull the potatoes out a little bit at a time. But now that the chickens are out there, I want to get as many out as I can so they don't, you know, scratch them all up and peck them to pieces. So that was the other purpose, getting out the amaranth, digging up the potatoes, and then letting the chickens run loose. So anyway, as you can see here, I've got these 4 big zucchinis, and this isn't all of them. And the funny thing was, I thought about 2 or 3 weeks ago that my zucchini were just, I thought they were done. The, you know, the plants were starting to die back, and I didn't see any more zucchini coming on. And the ones I saw coming on looked kind of piddly, like, okay, these aren't going to do anything. You know what I'm talking about when it gets this late in the year and those zucchini start growing, those of you who grow zucchini anyway, and they get that weird kind of shape to them, and you're like, okay, these plants are done. So I hadn't been paying any attention to them. And so after I got out there, even while I was digging up the potatoes and pulling out the amaranth, I still didn't see it. But once the chickens got let loose out there and they started breaking that zucchini plant down even more, I saw these huge zucchini seeding out there. This one right here is the biggest one I've grown yet, and I weighed it yesterday, and it actually weighs 7.69 pounds. So not too far from being 8 pounds. And that's the biggest zucchini I've had yet. And if you're curious of what these are the Black Beauty zucchini. So what I plan to do with most of this, some of this I will use up fresh. This one here, this one I can tell is already to that point where it's very tough. So I might do what I did last year. What you might be surprised is if you let your zucchini age enough to where like the seeds inside can get mature enough that you can use for next year. But also that doesn't mean, sometimes they can just get real tough and woody all the way through, but I had one last year that looked very similar to this, and when I cut it open, the fruit on the inside was actually starting to turn orange, like maybe a butternut squash. And so I thought, well, why not try this? And so what I did was, after I peeled it, because the peel is definitely too tough at that point, I can tell this right here is very tough. So I peeled it and then baked it up like I would just like a butternut squash or acorn squash, and it actually turned out really good. Now the flavor is not near as strong as like a butternut or a spaghetti squash or acorn squash, but it was still good. It was just very mild, like zucchini is. Zucchini is very mild. But you just add a little butter and salt, or a little butter and brown sugar, or whatever it is you like to do. Some of the rest of this stuff is going to be cut up and dehydrated. That's mostly what I'm doing. I have my freezers pretty full, so I don't know if I'm going to freeze anymore. I might, because I do like having some chunked up and frozen. I still have a lot of green tomato zucchini relish from 2 years ago, because we don't eat it that fast. I just don't really have room to make more relish that that's taken us years to go through anyway. So mostly I'm looking at dehydrating. I might make a couple batches of zucchini bread, but I will link to down below some videos that I put out a year or so ago about, how I like to dehydrate my zucchini. I might even put one out this year, I think. But no, I know for sure last year I did a couple of videos on all the many uses. I did 2 different ones. And so one of them involved even making an ice cream, because I got that from one of my subscribers. It's that time of year. I've been using my mixed spice blend a lot. It goes in my coffee, it goes in my tea, it goes in all kinds of things. So I will go ahead and link to the video on how I make this down below. I just love this stuff, and it's a really good time to start using it, because all these spices really help build our immune system and help us to fight colds and flus. Right here I have a fermentation starter. This is red clover and dandelion. I had to pull it out yesterday and use it and feed it, and then it's going to be going back in the refrigerator today. So I like it to get nice and bubbly before I put it away again. And while I might have a lot of vinegar making videos out, I never had a video that was just focused on making a fruit vinegar. So I went ahead and shot a video where I just talk about making fruit vinegar plus a few other tips. And so that will be coming out later. So anyway, I did start some apple vinegar. Now this isn't apple cider vinegar, and I'll explain why in that video, so make sure you watch for it. I'm going to be also shooting another video real soon here, talking about scobies, vinegar scobies in particular, and what you can do with them. And then back there is my blueberry mead. And yesterday I decided to strain it out and give it a try, because I forgot to write on the calendar when I started it. And I noticed it's kind of slowing down. So I tasted it, and it's still very sweet, not quite there yet. So I went ahead and strained it out and put it back in there. And I think I'm going to give it about another week, and then I'll check it again and see how it's doing. So if you forgot to write down on your calendar when you started your mead or your wine, and you notice it's getting slow, go ahead and just take it out, pour it yourself a little bit, and take a taste. And you'll be able to tell by the flavor, because it's okay if it's still a little bit bubbly, because when it comes to mead is one of those things that's best when it still has a fizz to it. Unlike your wine, usually your wine you let it finish until there's no fizz, no bubbling at all. But mead it just is better if it still has some fizziness to it. So that's what I'm doing here with that. I'm wanting to keep an eye on it and make sure it stays fizzy and just a little on the sweet side once it's all done. So, okay, so I'm not going to talk about any other stuff today, since mostly this video is just to explain the purpose of this and that video, but still throw in a few little things there. And don't forget to open up the description box to see the many links to other videos I'll be putting down below. All right, well, thanks for watching. Take care, and God bless.